All right, Ryan, let's check out some of your tennis strokes. You are getting pretty darn good. Here you are hitting a forehand on the left-hand side here. And that's a beautiful stroke. Ripping the ball. Love it. You know, one thing to keep in mind is that I'm only looking at one forehand here. So here, obviously, you're really brushing up on the ball. You can see it's like the windshield wiper. Um, which is a great stroke. We need that stroke. We need every trick in the book, every stroke in the book. So also make sure, and I assume you are, but make sure you're working on driving through the ball more. Driving through contact and a more penetrating stroke. So follow through. Make sure you're also following through the ball. It'll be more aggressive and a better passing shot for sure, but that's a great forehand. I mean, look at the mechanics of this forehand. Um, you know, you're not too square, you're not too open. Nice loop back swing. You're moving a little bit forward here. Contact well out in front. We like that. Elbow in was good. You can see the windshield wiper. That's okay. That's a great shot. Normally that's a nice top spin shot, giving ourselves plenty of room above the net. But make sure you're working on that penetrating shot where you drive through the ball, kind of driving through and following through to the target before wrapping around the head. But you've got good extension all the way through. That's great. And obviously you have racket head speed. You're following through all the way around your neck and recovering nicely. A key thing to the forehand these days is loading up the back leg, which for the righty is the right leg, and really almost standing up on impact. And here you kind of, here we go. You loaded up the back leg there. But you've already moved to the front leg. So right there's not a whole lot of body moving through and the body moving forward, helping to drive through the ball and add power to the ball. But you can't tell from one shot. It depends. It depends on a lot of factors, where that ball was coming from, the pace on it, etc. You did a great job. It's a beautiful forehand. But just remember, and here's Tommy Robredo next to you here. He's casually really warming up against David Ferrer during the qualies at the Open this year. So it's not they're just kind of warming up. But here he comes in, and he gets himself set up behind the ball. He loads up the back leg. You can see there's really no weight on that front leg there, right? Which is, similar to you here. There's no weight on your front leg right there. That's good. And he extends up and almost stands up on contact right there. Boom. Right? So he's transferring the weight right there from the back leg forward on contact. You kind of moved it to your front leg well before contact. So right now you're kind of just, standing up. So there's no more movement going forward to help you, drive that ball harder. But, hey, every shot's different. It depends on where the ball is coming from, etc., as I mentioned. You can also see Robredo pushing a little more forward, so his racket goes forward to his contact. You can see what I mean, right? It's out there extended from his body a bit more, and yours goes, obviously a little more just, in the windshield wiper method. So you need every stroke in the book, and work on both. As far as your backhand, I assume your pro is just slow at feeding, because keep the feet moving. You're kind of like hesitating, but I'm guessing he wasn't feeding fast enough. This shot, mechanics good, but you can kind of look, you kind of see how your orientation is kind of back, right? You have a fairly, kind of extended front leg, but clearly you're on the back leg in that shot, right? You probably want to hit the ball out, target a little bit more in front of you. You can see where it's sort of, at your side or close to, not behind you, but it ain't out in front of your front foot. And you can see the orientation is to be your weight's on your back foot and leaning back through that entire stroke. Now Robredo, he happens to have a one-hander, but the concept is the same. You see how he is out on his front foot. His back foot is off the ground. And the same concept goes for a two-handed backhand. We've got to be out on the front foot. It's a little different than the forehand we just mentioned. You've got to be out on the front foot, on the backhand. But pretty darn good strokes there, Ryan. I love it. Look at your forehand. It's nice, loading up the back foot nicely. Nice loop on the back. And let's see if you push forward and stand up. Yeah, pretty good, man. That's nice. We have the windshield wiper, which is fine. Make sure we're also driving more forward. Working on that shot to follow through to your target first before wrapping around. But some darn good tennis, dude. I love it.